Hi guys, welcome to us checking out the demo of The Last Case of John Morley. We're going to be getting involved in all the mystery here. So just to show you guys the Steam store page, this is by a company called Jandusoft, and I've looked at the other games they've made. They don't seem to be making anything like this, at least not that I've come across. But Indigo Studios, I don't know if they're part of that previous trail of games or not, but this one looks really cool. It gives me Sherlock Holmes vibes. So we're going to be getting into this. There's currently a release date. It says 6th of October. Hang on, I'm on the wrong store page. 20th of November is when this game is slated to come out, so it's fairly close to being finished. So I would assume the demo is pretty well put together and a good slice of what we're going to be seeing in the final game. But as always, if there are any bugs or weird things that are happening or missing voice lines, if any, that kind of stuff, take it with a grain of salt that they've not made their way into the demo yet. But keep an eye on this for the 20th of November. But this is the demo that we're currently playing. Let's have a look at the options. So you've got your windows, borderless windows, and so on that you can do in full screen, brightness settings, FPS locks, and a bunch of graphical settings. I've got to say, I'm running it on high, but the epic quality looked really, really good. But we'll see if my computer can handle this. I am pushing the limits now of what I can do with a 1080, so, yeah. Oh boy. Right, we're going to start a new game. We'll see what we've got. The last day in hospital. Ooh. Oh my. Yeah. My frame rate is already tanking. I think that was just a quick load spike. Right, let me move my camera somewhere where I'm not. I'm going to put it up here and we'll see how well we do. Dragoon, yes, absolutely. Okay, last day in the hospital. The piercing light of the morning sun stirred John from his restless sleep. For months, strange nightmares had plagued him, and even the strongest sedatives couldn't dull the weird visions that had haunted his mind. Another day in this wretched hospital. His wounds still ached, but he felt no regret. Despite the accident, he'd brought the culprit of those ghastly crimes to justice. After all, isn't that the duty of any good private detective?
The name's John Morley, private detective, and today is a momentous day. After enduring the most exquisite tortures at the hands of those blasted nurses, and being pumped full of enough medicine to fell an ox, today I'm finally free. Who would have thought that the case of the Red Shoes murder would end the way it did? A stormy night, soaked to the skin, wrestling that brainless killer on a rooftop. Then a slip and a 5-story plunge.
How's the volume, guys? Is that...
It appears you're awake at last.
I'm going to pump it up a bit.
We had considerable difficulty rousing you earlier this morning, so I deemed it best to let you rest a while longer. I bring you good news. The latest test results are favourable, and the doctor has authorised your discharge. You are now officially ready to go. I have placed your belongings on the table. Oh, and a lady stopped by this morning with some clothes from the dry cleaner.
Volume's fine? Okay, I did pump it up another few decibels, so... Private detective or just a dick? We will find out. He could be both. I don't know if I'm allowed to ask all of these, so we'll just ask about the nightmares. Why do I keep having them?
I've been having nightmares.
The doctor has prescribed some medication that should help address any residual effects. This should assist in alleviating your nightmares.
Good draft of laudanum or something, yeah. Belongings.
My belongings? I thought everything was already in the room.
There are a few valuables and some coins we kept for safekeeping. They are in the box on the table.
Thank God you kept my coin collection.
A woman brought my clothes from the dry cleaner. Was it Penny?
I couldn't say. She arrived quite early, before my shift began. I've placed the garments in the wardrobe to keep them from getting wrinkled.
Nightmares? Straight to lobotomy. Yeah, that'll fix it. Let's just scoop out those bad parts of the brain. You'll never have them again.
So I'm better now.
Yes, You are much improved. Both your physical and psychological assessments have been satisfactory, and there are no impediments to your returning to your normal life.
What's normal?
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other patients to attend to. I wish you all the best.
Do I have to go back to that life? Really? Oh. Well, okay then. Alright. Open case file to view the character information and clues. Okay. How do I get there? Oh god, I think I just opened the dev console. Or do I have to actually look at a thing? Okay. Medical discharge patient copy. Following surgical intervention of the prefrontal cortex and subsequent recovery, the patient's physical and psychological evaluations have returned satisfactory results. No requirements have been identified that would inhibit the patient from resuming normal daily activities. The following medications have been prescribed to manage potential residual symptoms. Chlorpromazine. The patient is advised to adhere to the dosage instructions provided and to attend any scheduled follow-up appointments. Dr. A. Foreigner, Saint Dimphnas Hospital? Okay. Already the logo of that hospital as well, like the lighthouse. There's something very odd. Yeah. That looks very kind of secret society-ish. Hitting the tab button opened up this bar at the bottom that I fear is maybe a developer aid. What do we got here?
It's nearly noon. I must have lost track of time in those blasted nightmares.
Can I drink the drink? I cannot take the things in there. What about my patient chart?
Blimey, what a fool I took onto that rain-soaked pavement.
Blimey.
And to top it off, with that downpour, I ruined my best suit. But, well, that's all water under the bridge now. Quite literally.
He likes saying the word blimey a lot, doesn't he? Blimey. Is he a Londoner? Blimey, mate. Final review and conclusions. Patient has demonstrated satisfactory improvement in all preoperative objectives. The surgical procedure conducted under protocol ETD-03 has been deemed successful in all respects. Upon completion of the final tests and provided that the patient reports feeling physically and mentally prepared, medical discharge is advised. No post-operative complications are anticipated at this time. Continued observation during recovery and recommended ensures blah 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 blah.
I better get dressed. The hospital gown that ties in the back doesn't exactly scream professional.
Yeah, but, you know.
Penny, my secretary.
Alright, Urana, take care. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time. Do get some sleep. I know it's very late there. Alright, awfully sorry, John, but I just can't keep going like this. You've been laid up in that hospital for ages, and I've been left skint with no wages coming in for months now. Oh, this is a resignation letter, isn't it? Before the state you were in, I couldn't bring myself to say anything. I thought it best to let you get better in peace, but the other day Dr. Fauna rang and said they were finally going to let you out, so I figured it was time to tell you. I haven't been into the office in a month, and believe me, I'll miss Hawthorne Street and that old mouldy brick building of ours, but I've got to move on and tell you now, even before the accident, you still owe me 3 months of pay. Peter and I are planning to get married. I need stability. I hope you understand. I've left my key under the doormat. I've paid the water and electric bills, so those are in your hands now. Goodbye, John. I wish you all the luck in the world. P.S. A few days ago, an older woman came by asking for you. I told her you might be back at the office this afternoon. She seemed quite eager to have a word with you, Penny. So she waits until he's back and is actually able to do the job before she freaking quits.
I've managed to lose the only 2 things that kept me grounded. Her sound advice, always spot on, and the faint hope that she might dump Peter and give me a chance.
Oh no, oh no.
Story of my life. Nearly broke.
Yeah, a few pennies. She ain't getting that 3-month back pay.
That's me, the bloodhound Morley.
26B Hawthorne Street, London. Told you he was a Londoner. You bloody Londoner. Blimey. He's from London, isn't he?
So the mystery woman who took my clothes to the cleaners was Penny after all.
Or was it?
She's still got a soft spot for me. Could
Was
be a
it
chance I
Penny?
might win her over.
Or somebody using her name? Mm-hmm.
I usually use the Windsor knot.
Well, la-dee-da, Mr. Bloody
I
Londoner.
should get myself a pair of derbies. Or brogues. They're much more comfortable. Besides, if I slipped, it was because of those damned hard soles.
Well, you know, if Kingsman has taught me anything, it's Oxford's, not brogues.
Looks
So,
brand new. The collar's pristine.
you know, going to a dry cleaner's doesn't necessarily make your clothes brand new all of a sudden.
Nicely padded. Gives off an air of authority. Keeps the crooks wary and catches the ladies' eyes.
Like he's got a tin of mustard there as well. A tin of mustard powder.
These do a fine
Probably
job
not.
of getting any belly. I can't complain about that.
But yeah, that looks like a tin of mustard powder. It's like, what? Why does he have that in a hotel room?
Rainy and overcast. Typical London weather.
Ah, ye old smoky. Alright.
I'm not ready to leave just yet.
Are we not? What else do I need? Oh, do I need my coat and hat?
And fedora hat. Every detective's must have.
1945. Huh. Now are we ready? Okay. Oh, I can press I. That brings up, I guess, characters and the case. Okay. So I is what gets us there. Alright.
I'd better hurry up. Just like Penny says in her note, I might have a new client this afternoon. And with the way things are going, I can't afford to let that slip away.
Adieu, madame.
All right, let's get moving. Today's the first day of the rest of my life.
Nice. At last, back to the streets and the cold comforts of whatever. Oh, there we go. Foggy London. The chimneys filled the air, with a familiar tang of coal dust. Yummy. Breathe it in. It's good for you. While the rhythmic hum of a small industries in Whitechapel, Stepney and Suffolk, I keep wanting to call it Southwark whenever I read that out loud. Suffolk, ring in his ears like a symphony. Soon he'd be seated in his cluttered, dusty office once more, ready for the next case, perhaps finishing off some forgotten bottle of whiskey tucked under a drawer, and mourning an irreplaceable loss of his assistant Penny. I have one critique of this game right now. It's that
Back again. Feels like stepping into a forgotten paradise.
in this mode, my mouse is nice and responsive. In the menus, it's incredibly slow. Do we not have the technology to match those movements up? Redstone. Pax Britannia! Yeah! We're back to that talk about the British Museum that we were having on the last demo, guys.
It's got that same old charm, and yet feels oddly new.
I just don't have a flashlight, I guess.
This hospital stint's given me a bit of a new outlook. Maybe I'll take it a shade easier from now on. Sticking to cases that don't demand a trip to the morgue.
Ooh, the naughty cat. How lascivious. Madame Marquise, tarot reading and psychic visions. Alright, we're not going that way, apparently. Well, she said she left a key under the door. Would I not have my own?
Penny's keys. Just like it says in her note.
Key looks like it's made out of really soft metal. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a classic gumshoe office. What do we got here?
Even the coppers missed it. The slant on the letter E. That's what gave away the typist in the black letters case.
Okay, let me look at an option real quick. Hang on. Audio. Okay, voice volume is already maxed out. I'm going to turn the music down because it might overwhelm the very quiet readings and the sound effects. Why?
My files. Cases, clients, debts. Too many debts. Far too many.
Way too many debts. So this is like all his trophies and stuff.
This case is worth its weight in gold. Everything you need for a portable lab.
Oh, very Sherlock Holmes. A white fedora.
The umbrella with a bullet hole. Souvenir from the marksman case. Nearly lost my hat on that one.
Detective John Morley solves the sinister black letter case. So I like this. We got the feel that we had a heyday and we're now declining.
This one's a favorite. The jealous lover solved everything with a few blows from an ashtray. Brutal, but effective.
Oh my, I wonder what that was about. I gotta explore the scenery, guys. Y'all know these types of games and me. They draw me in.
Penny's desk. I ought to give her a ring and try to sweet talk her into coming back.
Nah, she ain't coming
If
back.
this new client brings in some decent dough, maybe I could settle what I owe her and use a little charm to win her over.
That depends if she hasn't already got a job lined up. If she has, she ain't dropping it just to come back here.
So this is Peter. That smug grin's got "punch me" written all over it.
Not jealous at all, no.
The murder weapon from the cadaver collector case. Nasty business, that one.
This is cool. Detective John Morley solved the case of the spurned mistress.
The case of the Red Shoes murder. One of the most complicated I've faced. Finally. Case closed.
That might have been the last case we were on. Okay.
My desk, strangely tidy. Normally it's buried under papers, notes, bits of evidence. Penny must have wanted to leave everything spick and span before she walked out on me. Another one of my cards. But this one has my last name circled.
Indeed. Who would leave my business card on my desk having circled? Plus, has somebody been going through my files and why are we missing a drawer? I do hope that's normal.
Amazing how this little gadget can reveal the devil in the details.
Yes, indeed.
The drawer. It's locked. But there doesn't seem to be a keyhole.
Why is he looking at his own desk like he doesn't know what it is? There doesn't seem to be a keyhole. Can't view whatever's in there. That's weird. My typewriter. Big brain.
The Scarlet Page. I trust Penny didn't go snooping through my things while I was away.
Oh my, we found his porn drawer. Oh, Jesus. Hello, lady. Slam the drawer shut.
I didn't hear you come in. I was a bit distracted.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morley. I trust your assistant informed you of my visit as promised.
My apologies. I was rather engrossed and didn't notice your arrival. To whom do I owe the honor of this meeting?
Lady Margaret Fordside, the 4th Countess of Bloomsbury.
Lady Margaret, could you tell me what brings you here today? How can I assist you?
I shall endeavor to be as candid as possible. 20 years ago, when my daughter was just 18, she was brutally murdered.
Ooh, boy.
It happened at our family estate, Bloomsbury Manor. Someone slipped into the house unnoticed, and upon reaching her room, delivered 5 fatal stab wounds to her chest, lungs, and heart. The police, eager to close the case, hastily blamed and condemned 2 violent thieves who clearly had nothing to do with her death. The investigation was closed, and justice was never served. I am prepared to offer you £30,000.
How does she know they weren't involved?
And a further £30,000 if you can solve it and bring the true killer to light.
Jesus.
Tell me, Mr. Morley,
60k?
Will you accept this case?
Hell yes.
I understand you.
Break your arm taking that money off you.
But before I commit to anything, might I trouble you with a few questions?
Why do you suspect the case is wrong?
Ask
And what took you 20 years to come here? Like, that's weird. 20 years ago, daughter killed by, the police say, 2 violent thieves who she's like, but they clearly had nothing to do with it. Why do you believe that? And why did it take you 20 years to then step up? What's changed? Yeah, why now? Let me ask about the men first.
Tell me about the men the police arrested. Why are you so certain they weren't guilty?
2 days after the murder, the police arrested a pair of violent thieves who were terrorizing the county at the time. Though
They just hung the murder on her, basically, to put them away.
Their criminal record completely undermined their defense. Seizing the opportunity, the police locked them away for their other crimes, and the case was closed. But what has always struck me as suspicious is that nothing was stolen on the night my Elodie was killed. If those thieves were truly the culprits, why would they murder her and then leave without taking a single piece of silver? It doesn't add up, Mr. Morley.
I'd be inclined to agree. Were there any witnesses?
Tell me, were there any witnesses? Did anyone see or hear anything?
It happened at midnight. The house was practically empty at the time, with only a few servants and a guest who was sleeping in the west wing. I was the only one who might have heard something, as my room was next to hers. Unfortunately, I had taken a sleeping draught and fell into a deep slumber. It is a decision I shall regret for the rest of my days.
So why now after 20 years?
A case that's been cold for 20 years. You certainly don't make it easy for me, Lady Margaret. What made you decide to seek out a detective now?
For over 2 decades, I've fought tirelessly to have the case reopened, to prove that the real murderer escaped justice. But all in vain. Neither solicitors nor well-meaning police friends, nor even journalists hungry for a dark story have managed to uncover anything. Then one day, I read about your success in solving the case of the Red Shoes killer. Regrettably, I also learned of the unfortunate incident that left you hospitalized with grievous injuries. On the advice of your secretary, Miss Penny, I waited patiently for your recovery. And now, here I am.
I don't know if I'm satisfied with that answer. It still, like, begs the question of, so you only just discovered and heard about me recently, but still 20 years, and I'm sure he's not the only private eye, you know? Bloomsbury Manor, let's hear more.
Tell me about Bloomsbury Manor. Do you still reside there?
After Elodie's death, I abandoned the estate.
There's a wife in the background.
I couldn't bear to remain there, to live within those walls. Even now, when I visit the manor, it still feels as though I can hear her footsteps echoing through the halls, her voice humming that old melody. The delusions of an old woman who has mourned her daughter for far too long, Mr. Morley. No mother should ever have to bury her child. Should you accept the case, Bloomsbury Manor would likely be the best place to begin the investigation. I shall not impede your work, as I now reside at Bedford Square, in the heart of the city.
Interesting.
Well, I believe I have all the information I need to get started. I accept the case, and will begin the investigation immediately.
I'd like some
I'm
additional
pleased to hear
information.
My butler will bring you the £30,000 tomorrow morning.
Like, what was the name of the guest
Now,
sleeping in
if
the
you'll
West
excuse
Wing,
me, I have
and all the
matters to
servants
attend to.
employed at the time?
Once you uncover the culprit, contact
What of
me
the
at
father?
once, and I shall promptly deliver the remaining £30,000. Please, Mr. Morley, unravel this harrowing mystery that has tormented me for so long.
Also, has the scene changed much since then? Like, has anybody used the room? You know, did you clean up? Did you do anything? Or has it been left timeless? You know, that kind of thing. The visit from Countess Margaret Forside was just what John needed, a case with all the right ingredients to stir his detective's instincts. He can also pay Penny her back pay, like, immediately with that 30k, I'm sure. Like, I doubt very much she's getting paid 10k a month, so... An unsolved murder from 20 years ago abandoned by the police in their incompetence, and a generous reward waiting at the end. What more could a man want on his first day back? Too good to be true, though, I think. The journey to Bloomsbury Manor passed without incident, though the rough, neglected road, ravaged by years of rain and wind, made for an uncomfortable ride. He arrived under the cover of night. The place was quiet, like the ruins of an old tomb, forgotten and forsaken.
As I made my way through the dense forest path, a haunting silence enveloped the air. It was as though the very night of the crime still lingered here, shrouded in an eerie calm. The manor stood before me, its facade as inscrutable as the shadows that danced in the moonlight. Every step I took felt like a step deeper into the heart of a mystery that refused to be forgotten.
Well, so far I like the environment. This is pretty good. I will say the voice acting probably needs a tweak a bit higher still. Like, it has this mutteriness to it. Oh, some of the environment is also floating. But again, this is a demo, but it was probably taken from an earlier build. Like, usually demos tend to not be the immediate state of the game right now, and they tend to be part of a dev branch that they then, like, parcel up as a demo, and they did that weeks ago, and they've moved on since. So stuff like that could be fixed in the final version. You know, like floating trees and stuff. But yeah, I like the environment for now. It's pretty cool. Very, very dark, very moody.
Not a sound. The stillness feels heavy, like it's hiding something.
This is an asylum? At Westland Asylum, we believe that the path to recovery begins with compassion, understanding, and most advanced techniques of mental health care. Our institution offers a tranquil haven for those seeking respite from the trials of the mind. Can I go back out? I can't. I was going to take another look at the frontage of the building. I wasn't really paying attention to its shape. So did they turn the place into an asylum at some point? Westland Society of Fine Arts. Your Ladyship, I write on behalf of the Westland Society of Fine Arts regarding the exhibition currently on display at our gallery, which features several works by your daughter, Miss Elodie Fortside. While we appreciate the remarkable talent and artistry evident in her work, it is with great regret that we must inform you of a matter of concern. Several of the Society's patrons, particularly among the more sensitive members of our community, have found Miss Fortside's paintings to be of a slightly disturbing nature. Whatever do you mean? We have received numerous complaints, with mothers remarking that the work has caused distress in their children, and some ladies report feelings of unease. There is a growing sentiment that the pieces are unsuitable for public exhibition, particularly in a space frequented by young and impressionable minds. It is with the utmost respect and consideration that we kindly request your ladyship to arrange for the removal of Miss Fortside's paintings from the current display. We understand this may cause disappointment, but we feel it is necessary to preserve the decorum and sensibilities of our gallery's visitors. We would be honoured to work with you in finding a more appropriate venue to exhibit Miss Fortside's art, where her unique vision can be appreciated by a more discerning and prepared audience. We trust you will understand our position in this delicate matter, and we look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience. With the deepest respect, yours faithfully, Sir Arthur Wellesley, Secretary of the Westland Society of Fine Arts.
It seems Elodie had a passion for art, but her style wasn't exactly well received. Disturbing from the...
7 years bad luck here as well. Broken mirror. Okay, I'm pushing all the usual buttons for a flashlight. I'm hoping we have one. Oof. Let's have a look at controls. Key bindings, there we go. Take and inspect. F. F for lantern. I guess, yeah, that makes all the sense. A middle mouse button? Maybe we need it. Maybe we need to actually have one. Okay. Let's just keep going straight forward. Also... Oh. Can I not? Yeah, there we go.
This painting, it's rather grim. There's something deeply unsettling about it. Almost like it carries a shadow of its own.
This is where we find out we're in a Layers of Fear game. I did just notice as well, it looks like
the door
there's
is
a
chained
lock.
up with a padlock. Looks like I'll need to find the key.
Yeah.
A blue moon. Fitting for a place haunted by its own secrets.
Oh, here we go. A land... Oh, God, that's looking right at me for... I'm like, whoa, shit.
Getting around the place.
Oh, shit. Got some Resident Evil style puzzles going on here. What? Oh my god, yeah, there's a lot of statues. Follow the trail of green light to investigate the past. Oh, does that show up because of the lantern? No, it doesn't. It's just there. Okay. My lady, I would kindly ask that once the midday service is complete, you grant me a few moments of your time at the library. Joan Merver, your housekeeper.
So, the housekeeper left a note for the Countess,
Jesus.
asking her to meet here on the day of the murder. I wonder what truly happened during that encounter. Very well. Let's piece the events together, step by step.
Okay. Alright, I can't interact with that now, probably because I'm in the middle of whatever this thing is. This looks like a disturbed scene. What?
2 chairs. One of them knocked over. The housekeeper's cup is still here. Tea spilled across the table. She never got to drink it. Looks like someone arranged tea in the library that day. An empty envelope. Did the housekeeper hand the Countess a letter?
Could it have been that letter? That was in an envelope already, wasn't it? Not really.
A globe resting in a beautiful wooden stand.
Okay, so I can interact with that. I just pushed the wrong button.
Lipstick stains. Same shade the Countess wore when she visited my office. It seems they met here. But something went wrong during the conversation.
So they had like an argument?
After all these years of service, this is how you repay me? Walking away like this?
I'm sorry, madam, but the situation has become unbearable. My bags are already packed.
How does he know what was said? First aid tin. That's an odd thing to find on a bookshelf, but okay. Could have one in a room, I guess, here and there. within reach. Doesn't look as though there's anything else though. What's this? Oh, another one.
By Elodie. There's something deeply disturbing about her work.
Yeah, no kidding. What do we got here?
Looks like this is the Fordside family book, showing some of their ancestors.
Okay. Move the cursor to the edge of the screen to go back. Sir Alaric Fordside. An astronomer and a romantic who saw in the stars metaphors for his loneliness. In 1842, during a total eclipse, he swore that the diamond ring around the moon was the spirit of his wife, Eleanor, who had died giving birth. From that moment on, his telescope never ceased to aim at the sun, seeking to capture that eternal moment. And then Lady Eleanor. Shrapnel scar on the cheek, hands hardened by the iron and mud of Balaclava. Amid the roar of the Crimean cannons, her silver medical kit, now stained with gunpowder and memory, held not only wounds, but the hidden truth behind a colonel's death. They say she swore to protect the secret, and that the oath still lingers within these walls. So the medical kit on the wall might have been like a family keepsake. Could have been hers. Lord Cedric Fordside. A man with a prominent nose and a wandering soul, whose steps trace paths where only blank maps had once lain. Cartographer to Queen Victoria, he devoted his life to naming the unnameable jungles that swallowed the expeditions, rivers that erased borders, and villages whose names only he remembered. His globe, now cracked by time and the salt of 1,000 seas, bears between its meridians the scars of a man who preferred to get lost rather than return. Lady Isolde Fordside, a pianist with ethereal hands and a drowned heart. After losing her beloved in the wreck of the SS Meridian, her nocturnes became unnamed requiems. Her final composition, Elegy in Blue, rests on the ebony music stand in the library. Its notes sketched waves that never kissed the shores, and its pauses echo the silence of a ring never given. Okay, that's all there is, I guess. Just those there. See much of anything else going on here. There's another one. Nothing else can be had here. That's the music. Elegy in Blue. Oh, there's... Oh, yeah. So there are these statues. We obviously have a statue puzzle. Oh. Here we go. Here's the other part. Bag.
The Countess threw the housekeeper out in a fit of rage. In her haste, the housekeeper forgot one of her bags. What was it that unsettled the housekeeper enough to abandon her post so suddenly?
Yes, what indeed? Grand Exhibition Sculptures, Lord A. Fordside. A very morbid family of them by the look of this. Yeah, look at this guy's like, oh yeah, I made gargoyles. What? December and January at the Crystal Palace,
It
London.
seems Lord Fordside was a renowned sculptor, though his works were somewhat sinister.
Is there anything else out here then? No more green out here. Okay. Oh, and then, yeah, we've got the fireplace.
Lady Fordside, still seething, burned something in the fireplace.
The letter that was in the envelope, probably. Did a bad job of burning something in the fireplace. Very bad job indeed. My lady, I have reached a decision, though it weighs heavily upon my heart, to sever the ties that have long bound me to this household. Since the reign of King William IV, my family has served Bloomsbury with an unwavering loyalty and steadfastness marked by discretion and a faithful execution of our duties. However, there are limits to all things, and of late, this house has been frequented by certain individuals whose presence is wholly at odds with the principle to which my lineage is so devoted. It is no coincidence that our family motto is Oblatus, signifying something offered or consecrated. We are vassals of an ideal, the custodians of the most deep-rooted traditions and the bastions of the eternal values of our nation. This house has forsaken all of this, and you well know the reasons why. Please do not concern yourself. I too understand why you have allowed this. Rest assured I do not judge you harshly, just as I hope you will understand my reasons. As my family says, Fausta. Best wishes. Joan Merver, housekeeper.
The housekeeper resigned. Seems something, or someone, troubled her greatly. Enough to break the long-standing family tradition tying her to this place.
How far do these statues go, I wonder? It seems they have 5 points of turning. Looks to me like the... Like this globe is the point that they can all look at. What's also interesting... oh, that's just a hook. I thought that was like a hole in the wall or something. Yeah, I feel like we don't have enough information as to how this is supposed to play out here. It's probably got something to do with the book. But we have no idea what we're trying to achieve, so let's just...
Has been concealed. This door must open by some other means.
That's what this is for, then. This is the lock for the door.
The Countess.
Private study. Oh, what is this?
The Fordside family crest. A rampant dragon. A time-honoured symbol across European heraldry. Particularly among the English and the Welsh.
Okay. So we have to kind of figure out how we need to, orient these statues, I guess. Man, this place is just falling apart. Holy shit. 20 years of neglect. Maybe we're supposed to point the statues at what they liked, you know, like that guy there was forever looking through his thing, whereas this guy was the explorer, right? The guy with the stash. So maybe he's supposed to be looking at the globe. Maybe this guy is supposed to be looking at his telescope. He was the astrologer. Or astronomer or whatever. And she was the pianist, right? We can have her look toward her music sheet. And what was her deal? I don't remember her deal. Does it have something to do with the statues? Have a look. Right, yeah, that'll be the medical kit on the wall over there, on the shelf. Ta-da! Hey guys, I'm smart. Oof. The door practically shrieked. I don't like doors that shriek. I find them very unsettling. Oh, there's another morbid painting. Yeah. Anything behind the door? No. Oh, you just know there's like a hidden compartment back there. Come on, game.
Lady Margaret and a young woman. I suppose it's Elodie. They look happy. It was undoubtedly a better time. Elodie was committed to a psychiatric facility, but she supposedly recovered from whatever ailed her.
Lady Margaret Fordside, I am writing to you as the attending physician of Ward 2 to provide an update on your daughter Elodie's progress. It is with a great pleasure that I report her notable improvement. Elodie now confides she no longer experiences dark thoughts. That's why there's an asylum leaflet in the hallway. I bet they put the daughter there for a while. Most importantly, the nightmares have subsided and she has begun to communicate more amicably with her fellow patients, a crucial step in her recovery. Elodie has also asked me to relay a request. She would like you to bring her amber necklace when you visit this Sunday. I will continue to keep you informed on our progress. Respectfully, Dr. Mulder. Okay, Wes Scully, Chief Psychiatrist, Westland Asylum. There we go. Yeah. Okay, the daughter was in an asylum. There are letters in there, but there's the key, I imagine, for the hallway.
Could be my way into the heart of the house.
Yeah, why didn't the old lady just give me this shit and be like, here, this is a key you need to get? Well, no, don't put me to these puzzles, girl. You know, you want this done quick, or what? Just fling all the doors open and let me in. There we go. A tree inside with candles lit. I feel like I'm in a Skyrim game all of a sudden.
Old house.
Who lit this candle?
Secrets. For a fleeting moment, I thought I heard the voice of a young woman, softly humming a tune. And then it hit me, clear as a gunshot in the dark. A ghost from the past was ready to speak. A tale of love and dread. A mystery begging to be solved.
Oh, damn, that's all they're giving us in the demo. Wow. I mean, I like it. So far, I like the vibe. I think the voice acting needs boosting a little bit, but I do like the vibe. Holy crap. That's pretty good. Well, there we go, guys. That's the demo for this game. Once more, let's... where's my mouse cursor? Here it is. Let's get the store page up. Last Case of John Morley releases 20th of November 2025. Currently part of Next Fest, so it's coming out really soon. I mean, even though it's coming out soon, you could always wishlist it and let the devs know that you're excited for it. I know I am. I'm going to do that right now. Bam. There we go. That's yeah, I've not seen this game coming until Next Fest, so I'm glad I spotted this one. And I don't know, I might try and find time to play this on the stream at some point, because I've been itching for another mystery game, another investigation, you know, another detective puzzle, and I dig the noir vibe. So, thanks for watching this demo, guys. We're going to check out some more here on the channel, so keep your eyes peeled. Thank you again, everybody.